Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. Not a political poll for my new people, but this is a group of like-minded people who assemble. And it doesn't really matter if it's once a week, if it's on this day, or if it's on Monday or Tuesday, or whenever you come to this place. It can be in your mind, it can be actually on YouTube. Just thinking raises the vibration. And what this collective is doing as we slow our breathing down, as we let go of the world as much as we can, we are raising our vibrations. And in that space where we raise our vibrations, everything around us has to come up a little bit. Some will come up a lot, some will come up a little bit, but it cannot stay the same if our vibration is really high. And so my question is, how do we stay in that higher vibration for longer periods of time? And how do we stay in that higher vibrational state when we feel like we didn't do enough? We weren't good enough. We're not good enough, that's just crazy. But sometimes we feel that way. So how do we stay in that vibration? How do we stay in that higher love? When we have other people around us saying, you suck. I'm like, what? Probably should cut that out. Anyway, I've done this a couple of times today, so I'm not going to go back and edit it. I'm trying to get it right because obviously I feel like the ones I did before weren't good enough. And when I thought about that to redo this, I said, that's the message. How do we stay in that higher vibration when we feel we're not good enough? When what we present is not good enough? The first card I get is the Sacred Pipe. This Sacred Pipe came to the Lakotas, and I'm going to use them because this is the Lakota Sweat Lodge cards. But this woman, and this is Calf Woman, White Buffalo Calf Woman, but this holy woman is mentioned in different forms throughout history. Mother Mary is one. So this woman, White Buffalo Calf Woman, came to the Lakota and gave them a pipe, a sacred pipe, and she taught them how to pray. I remember my dad, we would get in the station wagon and would drive and go, you want to say the rosary? I'm like, oh my gosh. And he would do this mantra thing. And I'm going, this isn't prayer. This is just kind of a mantra thing. Well, as I grew older and hopefully wiser, it is a form of prayer. It is a mantra. It is a repeating refrain, much like a drum, that will put you into a sacred space. If he was around today, I would say, is that the best place to do that mantra? Put your brain in this sacred space while you're driving? I would say no. Yet he did. All right. Sacred pipe. Prayer. That's the overall message for today. How do we pray? How do we stay in that higher vibration, especially when we're not feeling worthy? Wind. Woo, wind. So in shamanic cultures, some shamanic cultures, you call in your ancestors and your guides through wind. You could be saying a prayer and you go, I wonder if anybody's hearing me. And a gust of wind comes out of nowhere and hits you in the face. Yeah, that's a pretty good sign they heard you. Let's take a look at this card. So we have storm clouds, we have lightning, we have a drum. I'm sorry if you can't see that. Drum, skull, rainbow, crystal. Call in, use all of these higher energy forms for your sacred pipe, for your prayer time. It may look like there's storm clouds here, but there's a rainbow over here. You have earth energy, earth remembrance in the crystal. All that through prayer. You can get all that, the sacred earth, what we need to know, when we get quiet and pray, when we go into the journey, when we use the rhythmic chanting. Ooh, cloud. Cloud. So this is a card of stubbornness, of not listening to your higher intention, to calling in the storm clouds. This card asks us to let go of what's holding us back. This is a card of addiction as well. What are we holding on to too tight that's keeping us from attaching to the crystal of Mother Earth, the rainbows of Father Sky? Moon time. Oh, I love this card. Moon time. The divine feminine. Giving birth to something. Getting ready to give birth to something. Cyclical. Every month, the divine feminine is getting ready to give birth to something new. Doesn't happen every month. Sometimes with intention, sometimes by accident. And if you are in the sacred space, calling in the correct wind, not the clouds, but the wind, and take time out to clarify all this, then your intentions will create something amazing. Moon time. These are Shining Hawk Oracle. Ha! Wind. And this must be a mistake. Wind. Didn't we already go over that? Yes, we did. Look at and this card's kind of, it incorporates the sacred pipe, the crystal in the wind, and even the clouds. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. False evidence appearing real. Is this the doubt? Is this what we're thinking about? Oh, I'm not good enough, can't do that. Oh, somebody said something negative to me, and now I'm just focused on that negative and not the positive. It's false evidence appearing real. And look, up here, up here it looks so calm and peaceful. Maybe they're coming out and saying, trying to cover it up, but deep down inside, it's just dark. It's just dark. And it goes underneath the cloud. If these are following, I'm not sure yet, consciousness. And I love the waves of consciousness in this card, how they ripple. So sometimes there's clarity, sometimes there's not. And it goes back, I think, to this moon time card. To set your intention, be conscious about setting your intention, what you want to create. And the last row, Galactic Heritage cards. We have Arcturus, balance. Balance. So we have wind, wind, balance. Two winds. Where's the balance? Survival fears. Zeta Reticuli. Survival fears. Again, right under the fear card. Okay, let's just see what we got here. Seeds of polarity. And this is in the past. Past, parallel, balance. But these seeds of polarity. This card's fascinating to me because you have one side, both sides are pointed. Both sides are sharp. But where you achieve balance is in the middle. So a lot of times we'll feel this pull towards one polarity or another, but really we should be in the middle. Because when we come up to this or down here, fear kind of creeps in behind it. And that's what this card is, and that's what this card means to me. That's what I'm getting out of this. So for the whole thing, if we want to look at what do, I think it's just the first card. We've got to pray. We've got to call in the wind, the positive energy. Let go of what is holding us back. Let go of this, mixed them up, of these polarities that we're dealing with. Spend some time outside in the moon time with the cyclical energy of creation with your proper attention. Let go of these fears, survival fears. A lot of times the survival fear was when we were going to die. I mean, when it was life or death. Sometimes when people say, oh, you weren't good enough, that's not life or death, but we take it that way. And then sometimes it is life or death. That's when you call in the wind. That's when you have balance. So this is balance. This just says balance. We have 2 wind cards. And we have 2 creative cards. Giving birth to consciousness by staying in the balance. Taking this past what we get. And being in parallel, being in the present. All right. Thank you guys for watching this Sunday with Spirit. I appreciate you all being here. Peace and love.